Hello world, it's MomOPrey5 Qapla, and welcome. This is a little bit of a random video today. I decided to do some editing of some old photographs that were recently sent to MomOPrey from her cousin. They were old pictures from MomOPrey's childhood, and I took digital photos of those photos so I could digitalize them, and I've got to make some edits because they're at weird angles, and I took 2 or 3 photos together at one time, so I'll split them up into individual photos and do some basics so that they can be enjoyed for the future generations. Thomas Potts is first and says, "Hi, hope you are feeling better." I'll be honest, Thomas, I am feeling miserable, but MomOPrey suggested that I keep busy. Yes, that I keep busy. I was, I don't know, I think I was getting a little depressed because I was focusing on my own illnesses and my own feeling miserable. Whereas if I'm doing something else, I'll usually feel better when things like this. I'm done streaming, so I'm gonna keep busy today by editing these family photographs, which will reveal the actual photographs of MomOPrey. However, she will have been a child. Well, I said they were old family photographs. Anyway, this is Corel PaintShop Pro 2018. It's what I use to doing all of my photo editing, my thumbnails. It's basically Photoshop. It's 99% of Photoshop for like 10% of the price. Derek McManus says, "Greetings, MomOPrey5." Greetings, Derek. I should switch over to live chat. Sci-Fi Nation says, Qapla to you, Sci-Fi Nation. Mark Andy says, Qapla. Derek McManus says, "MomOPrey gives good advice." Mark Andy says, "So cheating us on faces." No, there'll be faces. Sci-Fi Nation, we are here for the hero and dear leader, God, Emperor of Karoga. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Nation. Okay, so let's do a quick start. So the first thing I do, basically what you're seeing here is the top of my laptop. So I close my laptop. I hold my digital camera over my laptop. I put the picture flat on my laptop. I take a picture of it with the digital camera. So the first thing I do when I do this, and it's going to be a lot of repetitive stuff, is crop it so that we get only, as much as we can, only the photograph we want in the box. Obviously, due to the angle of the photograph and whatnot, there'll be differences. Now, I've taken most of these photos, I've taken more than one picture of. So when we're all done, we'll see which one actually comes out best. So next, I go to this tool, which is the perspective correction tool. And it's actually pretty easy. It might be hard for you to see, but there's another box that comes up. So I just drag these 4 corners to the 4 corners of the photograph. Now, technically, the photograph goes to up here, but we'll just crop it here because that is where the stuff we want actually is. Okay, now I gotta put that back where it was. Okay, on a 4K monitor, some of these things are really tiny, so I missed clicking on it in the exact space I needed to. So this is the 3rd spot, and now where is? There's the fourth corner. We drag it down to here. Okay, now we'll double check. Let me click it in. Okay, so now we'll double check that first place is a little bit needs a little bit of adjustment. We bring it in and down. Okay. Looks like we got a pretty solid, I don't know, whatever this four-sided shape would be, polygon around this. And I double click on it, and that should flatten it out. So now it's like you're looking at it straight on. So now I do another round of cropping so that we just get, and I will crop a little bit of the edges off just because we don't need so much of it. And as long as we get the people and the stuff, that's most important. So now I go to image, crop to selection, and we have the photograph cropped and looking about right now. First question is, here, let's play a game. Oh, we could do this. Sometimes we can do a one-step photo fix. No, I'm going to undo that. Control Z. I kind of prefer it like this. Let's see if we did it grayscale. Would that make a difference? We go to image grayscale. No, I kind of like it with a little bit of amber tint. I mean, we can always go grayscale later if we have to. I try not to make too many changes because later on, if we needed to, we can always re-edit from here. We don't have to. But once we make an edit, we really can't go back once we save the changes. So we've got option number 1. You type in the chat. Little girl 1, little girl 2, little girl 3, little girl 4. Well, that's not too little of a girl, but young woman 4, little girl 5, and little girl 6, who is looking the wrong way. Which one do you believe is MomOPrey? And I'll read some comments. So if anybody actually votes, I'll catch up to them. Mark Andy says that sigh was worth it for the Qapla. I'm glad it is. DJ Odyssey says Merry Christmas, all, just popping in to say hi. And of course, Bird goes on when I'm doing a radio show. I'm sorry, DJ, but thank you for popping in and saying hi. Everybody, if you haven't already, check out DJ Odyssey. He put out a video earlier today of him in a T-Rex costume, shoveling and playing in the snow. It was a 3.5-minute video about, it was pretty fun. Pretty funny. Check it out. Plus, he does his other videos, as most of you will know. Sci-Fi Nation says modern day Etch-a-Sketch featuring MomOPrey5. Sci-Fi Nation, one of my favorite toys as a kid was not Etch-a-Sketch, but Etch-a-Sketch Animator, which was a digital Etch-a-Sketch that had pixels basically instead of, but the same controls as an Etch-a-Sketch. But it let you save frames. It was really the first animated GIF. It was like an animated GIF in 1988. I made some pretty cool animations with that thing. Of course, it's all gone, destroyed. No way to save them. You could only save them on the device itself. No way to copy them. I didn't think to make videos of them, but it was a fun toy, an Etch-a-Sketch Animator. I would suspect it was around 88 or 89. I'm not sure. Alexa, when did Etch-a-Sketch Animator come out? She won't know. No, not Animal Game. Cancel. She has no idea. Where are we? Sci-Fi Nation says modern day Etch-a-Sketch. I read that. Rosetta Allen, welcome, Rosetta. I think I took muscle relaxers to make cropping and image entertaining. Good morning, Bird. DJ keeps telling me to come here. Oh, well, welcome, Rosetta. Any friend of DJ is a friend here. Welcome. Sci-Fi Nation says, funny vid this morning, DJ. Yeah, DJ did a good vid. He always does good videos, but this one was particularly interesting. DJ says, thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. Not Ryan Johnson. Says, hello in Qapla. Where is Sinatra in this picture? I don't know. DJ says, okay, back to my show. Catch up later. Qapla, DJ. Joseph Patrick says, one early stream. Hi, Joe, MomOPrey, Sassy, and the flock. Welcome, Joseph. I'm going to try to go on again this evening. My time around 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. That's when Hector and possibly others will be able to do one last battle in this round of Space Engineers before the server gets wiped. So I will try. If I'm feeling up to it, I will be there. That's the best I can promise. Sci-Fi says random number 3. That would be 1, 2, 3. No, it's not number 3. Not number 3. Sci-Fi Needs and MomOPrey never knew about that. Pretty cool. The tools in PaintShop Pro, I'm not sure. Thomas Bond says it's not Christmas yet. DJ, fix your calendar. Rosetta says Alexa is worthless. She's not terrible, but things like that, she doesn't help. Alexa, do you work for the CIA?
No, I work for Amazon.
No, she works for Amazon. Rosetta says friend, harasser, whatever. Sure, I get you. Joseph says, what year is this picture from? 1956, I believe. 1956. The first photo you gave me, the big family photo, what you pointed out, the guy who worked with Daddy at Carvel.
No, it's 58.
1958. Excuse me, 1958.
My mother passed in 57.
Her mom had passed
So it's the end of 58.
the year before.
The beginning of 59.
So the end of 58, possibly beginning of 59. So,
Before May of 59.
but before May of 59.
I do know that.
Sci-Fi Nations is Bird of Prey. Digital Etch-a-Sketch, never knew about it. Gotcha. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool device. John DeMarco says, hi, everyone. Welcome, John. Rosetta says, pranking Alexa is fun. It's true. Derek McManus just had my first trick-or-treaters arrive at the door. Really? I guess it's later there. That's true. I was going to say it's a bit early for here, although I think we've had 1 or 2 trick-or-treaters, 1 or 2 groups of trick-or-treaters all of last year. We do not get many. We don't decorate the house, so it's not surprising, but we get a couple. We get a couple of groups. Actually, so the winner is it's number 2. This is MomOPrey. This is MomOPrey in this picture. Let me let's see. You can't see it on the screen? Okay, if I zoom in, there we go. This is MomOPrey. And this is MomOPrey's older sister. So, and this is MomOPrey's nephew. Oh. Yeah, actually, they're both. Yeah, they're both. They're both. Middle center is MomOPrey's brother, who have since passed away. He passed away many years ago. And
But he was your godfather.
oh yes, he was my godfather. This was Godfather MomOPrey5, right front center, right front center. And Like you say, the middle center were your grandparents?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
their 50th anniversary.
Okay, so it was MomOPrey's grandparents, so great grandparents, MomOPrey5's 50th wedding anniversary? Is
Yeah,
that-
but you got the wrong two people.
Oh, wrong two
You
people.
got brother and sister.
Oh,
there.
wrong guy. These two?
The right guy, but the woman next to him with the massage arm.
Gotcha. Okay, so those two are brother and sister. Those are that's the happy couple. That's the happy couple there. And this guy, this big guy in the back, years later, he would end up working with Dad O'Prey at a Carvel, not terribly far from the neighborhood, not terribly close, but not terribly far. Just randomly, I guess.
No, he lived next door to Carvel.
Oh.
My daddy lived 2 blocks away.
Okay. So they were in the neighborhood, but not in the neighborhood where this photo was taken.
No,
That's all I meant. That's all I meant.
but it just so happened he knew daddy before I did.
He knew Dad O'Prey before Mom O'Prey knew Dad O'Prey. Okay, so I'm going to save the changes on this picture, and we'll go on.
That wasn't the picture you should have had them guess what it was.
I'm sorry.
That's already my unhappy time.
We'll get to your happy times. Okay, I'm going to do this one real quick because it's pretty much going to be the same thing as last time. We'll see which photo turns out better. First crop. Now we do the perspective correction. We did top right first. Now we're going to do top left. Now we're going to do bottom left and bottom right. Okay, looks good. They all look good. Quick double click. And now second crop. And let's cut this one a little closer. As long as we still get everybody in the photo. There we go. That'll be a little bit better centered. Image, crop, selection. It's not bad. That's not bad. So we got two of this one. And we'll go on to the next one. Let's see. What do we got? Okay, so this next one, now I took like 4 pictures of these because there's quite a few photographs on the laptop for this. So let's see which one of these starting pictures looks the best. So maybe we only have to do 1 or 2 of them. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with the first one. In my experience, the first one is usually pretty close to one of the best ones. So let's do an initial crop. This is MomOPrey's parents on the right. This is MomOPrey's sister and her husband getting married in the center. This is MomOPrey on the merry-go-round on the left. And well, they'll be better once I crop and zoom in.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, there's, yes, you can't see them right now, but they're. You see, if I zoom in and I turn them, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see better.
I'm going to
Okay. Sci-Fi Nation says it's porch lights that usually tell kids if the house has candy. at least around here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep the porch lights off tonight. Thomas Bond says, has your local news made stories about dumb Halloween warnings? You know, Thomas, I kind of stopped listening to the local news. I get all my news through YouTube now.
We have 8 pounds of candy. I need to keep.
We have 8 pounds of candy. MomOPrey wants to keep the lights on. Yes. Joseph says, prettier than her son. Aw. Thank you. Shromor says, greetings, BirdoPrey5, MomOPrey5, my fellow nerds. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings to Shromor. And Shromor says, greetings to Sassy, Chaser of Cats. Eater of Cookies, Stalker of Cardinals, Defiler of Cushions, and Scourge of the Squirrels. And greetings to Sci-Fi Nation, says Shromor. Okay, so let's see. What can we do with this? Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of undoing. Let's crop the others and see which one gives us the best starting option. Okay, this one I can already see it's way too much on an angle. This one's a possibility. Image crop to selection. So this one's a possibility. And we got 2 others. Oh, this one looks real good. This one's almost flat. This one's almost flat as is. I think this is going to be the winner. And one more. And that one's actually got a little bit of my legs on top. So no, this one is too far away. So that one we don't need. Okay. Let's just zoom in, make sure it's nothing too blurry. It's not. It's as good as any of the others, I bet. Let's double check. Yeah, this one is tilted more. We don't need that. And this was the first one. You know what? I will save changes, but we don't need it. Okay, so this is going to be the one we're going to work with. So let's start with the biggie, the most obvious. Top right, bottom right. Now this one is a little harder because there is no border around this one on the photograph itself. Bottom left and top left. Oh, what I did do today, well, I started it 2 days ago to be fair, but I only got like 20 minutes in, is I watched the director's cut of the 2009 Watchmen movie. Now, I'd never read the comics, and the only thing I'd ever knew about Watchmen was that one episode from last week or so that I watched on HBO. Oh God, was it horrible. But damn, that movie, the plot of the movie, the story of the movie, I'd say was actually very, very good. I loved the alternate history. I loved, what was going on. The whole story I loved. The biggest problem with the Watchmen 2009 movie were some of the costumes. I mean, like the person they had playing Nixon, his costume was laughably bad. I almost thought they were trying to make a joke out of it. It was just so bad. If you can't do Nixon, then don't do Nixon. Just, say this was Nixon's hand-picked successor. I don't know. Or just get somebody that looks just barely like Nixon. You don't have to put stupid masks on his face to make him look more like Nixon, because it was terrible. It distracted from the story. It was so bad. Also, the woman who played the mother of the main woman of the woman superhero, the mother of the woman superhero, who herself was a superhero, her makeup, and it looked like they were using prosthetics or something. If not, it was just such terrible makeup on her face that it pulled from the story. It's like, wow. Other than that, it was pretty good. I could have done without the comic book animation sequences of the kid who was reading the comic book near the newsstand. That seemed like a lot of wasted time. Now, maybe that's not in the director's cut. I'm not sure. But it seemed like a lot of extra time that just barely moved anything with the story forward. And I do know that in the actual real comics, the way that they stopped, what did I press? No, I don't like this at all. The way that they stopped the nuclear war was with staging an alien attack using some type of squid. And that would have been a much better option had they done that in the movie than what they did do. Although I'll be honest, what they did do, I understood it. I got it, and I was surprised. I was kind of pleasantly surprised that they did allow it to happen, and they didn't decide to make it all for nothing, and that Dr. Manhattan was okay with it in the end, although it's definitely a story of the ends justifying the means. And then my third biggest problem with the movie, and I didn't notice it until, I don't know, disturbingly late into the movie, is that Dr. Manhattan is walking around nude, completely nude, for a good portion of the movie. Why? Just let him wear something. Doesn't need to be nude. That's it. Otherwise, it wasn't bad. I'm okay with the movie. It's long. It's a long movie, but it's not bad. So we'll save as picture one. I know it's not a great description of the photo, but that's good for now. Okay, so now we're going to redo this with the wedding advertisement. Joseph Patrick with a €2 super chat. Thank you, Joseph. Says, trick or treat, zero tradition here. Give me Milky Way. If I had a Milky Way to send you, I would. I don't think we've got Milky Way on there. Do we? I don't think we do. Rosetta Allen says, ask Orange Hat about my getting his to order 20 tons of TP on him. Oh, so you got Alexa to order 20 tons of toilet paper. Great. Sci-Fi Nation, Bird of Prey, digital etch-a-sketch. Never knew about it. I read that. John DeMarco says, hi, everyone. I think I read that. First trick-or-treaters, porch lights, news stories, pretty. I read all of these. Joseph Petrick Super Chat was the first one I missed. Thank you, Joseph. Not Ryan Johnson says, if you can't do Nixon, don't do Nixon. If you can't do Sinatra, don't do Sinatra. If you can't do Mercury, let Sinatra do it since he's already been there, you son of a bitch. And this one's going to be tough because it's got like a serrated edge. So I got to figure out if I want to. Where did it go? I got to figure out if I want to keep it. If I want to keep the edge, I guess we'll put this right outside the edges. Although I think I will crop it. I'll crop the edges off when I save it. Yeah, you see, if I had it on a plain black background, then maybe I would have kept the edges, but I don't. So this one screwed up the others because I wasn't on it correctly. There we go. No. There we go. There we go. Just outside. Just outside. This one has to go up a slight bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now this one has been straightened. We'll get in most of it. There we go. There we go. Image crop to selection. Pick 2. Okay. Okay, so next will be this last one on top, and then fourth will be MomOPrey on the merry-go-round. But that one will have to rotate. Yeah. There we go. Where did it go? Huh. I've never had problems seeing this, seeing the perspective correction before. It was always bigger. It's like tiny. Where are you? Okay, we can do it this way. We can do it this way. We will, and it's probably how we should have been doing it from the beginning. We will crop this. There we go. Now, Now we'll do the perspective correction. Why can't we do perspective correction? Huh. That's weird. Is it too small a photo? It's like perspective correction is just gone. No, there it is. There it is. Okay, well, let's do that. Crop to selection. Okay. Perspective. Where is it? Okay, usually clicking this puts an overlay on the computer. Okay, now this should put a straight line. There's the line. That's for rotation, but we're not rotating. We're perspective correcting. So that should put a box. God damn. Well, I'll be surprised. Look at that. Okay. Well, let's close this. No, we don't want to save. We will reopen. Let's see which one. Which one was that? That was 74. Okay, this was the original. This was the original. And there it is. There it is. Okay. There we go. Okay, now we'll zoom in. We'll bring this to the picture border because that'll give us a better idea of what's a straight line. The straighter we get these lines, the better the perspective correction is. And that one, oh, that's okay. Good. Good. Double click. Okay. Well, take a little bit of the edge. Image crop to selection. File, save as. Picture 3. And finally, the MomOPrey pic. So let's do this. We will rotate the whole thing to the left. We're gonna crop this. And we will do perspective correction again. I know this is not necessarily the most entertaining stream, but I will read comments between photos. Do I have any dear bops? Probably. I probably have some dear bops. I guess I could get to a dear bop after this photo. See what I got. We can do some dear bops. Then I'll have to edit the title to include dear bops so people don't miss out. There we go. Now okay, that's good. You see, sometimes when you do perspective correction, I notice it gets like too narrow, and then I have to like widen it almost to make it look right. So this one though looks right. So we will now crop it. Here's MomOPrey. And we will save it as picture 4. There we go. Okay, dear Bob, dear Bob. Let's see what I got. Let's see. Let's go back to this. I'll go back to my beautiful avatar. Where are we? Thomas Potts says, FYI, don't use super glue to put your mask on. It won't come off. I've learned that years ago. Good lesson there, Thomas. Derek McManus is not a fan of man nudity then, Joe. No, Derek. Not a fan of man nudity at all. Sci-Fi Nation, do hookers give free tricks? Or do they have candy? Well, if they were giving free tricks, they wouldn't be hookers. Just saying. Yosef says, I found Watchmen boring AF, but I generally do not like Snyder's style. 350 from Sci-Fi Nation. 350? Oh, 350 again. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. I missed that. I thought we were still looking. I was still looking at Yosef's. $3.50 from Sci-Fi Nation. We want kissing Dax. All hail Kuroga. Long live MomOPrey5. Well, thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. I can handle that. I can handle that. We'll get that in 1 second. Let me open up the browser. Track95 says down with Kuroga. Why would you say down with Kuroga? Showmore says about 30 trick-or-treaters already, and the main gang have not arrived yet. Wow. That's something special you got going on there. So let's bring in Dax. Share screen, Chrome tab. Dax's quarters. Rejoined Dax's quarters. That is the title of this video. I'll lower the volume. There we go. This is for you, Sci-Fi Nation. No one else is allowed to look. Everyone else, close their eyes, please. This is only Sci-Fi Nation paid for this. Now, obviously, it's not mine to give away, but obviously, I'm joking. But seriously, just close your eyes. If you're not Sci-Fi Nation, close your eyes. So, for the academic and criticism purposes, for reviewing purposes, I have to say I give this a 9 out of 10. I think their spots were put on well. The earrings leave a little bit to be desired on the chick on the left. Also, her hair could have been a little bit longer. And you know what? I'm thinking those aren't actually necessarily spots, even though people call them spots. They look more like little worms. Maybe they're all little symbionts. Maybe that's every symbiont on Trill, just shrunk down to 1/4 of an inch and tattooed onto somebody. So there we go. You're welcome, Sci-Fi Nation. Of course, you could always go to this YouTube video yourself but I understand. I understand. Okay, so was it really that small? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, what else? So we're going. Oh, I'm going to Dear Bop. Dear Bop. Let's see what's going on Dear Bop. Do I have it open? Yes, I do. Oh wow, there's a good number of Dear Bop submissions, some of which, and more of coming in as I say some things. Wow. Okay. Okay. So how are we gonna do Dear Bop? I guess we will share the screen again. I guess we'll share the screen. Track 95 says these are Trill 2.0. Sci-Fi Nation says woohoo, space lesbians, only bird or prey channel. And Anti-Trigger says, hey, at the doctor's, but wanted to say hi and hit that like. Welcome, Anti-Trigger. We hope your doctor's office visit goes well. And don't let them talk you into that sex change. I know you were talking about it. I know you were thinking about it. Sharing screen, application window, Opera. Share. There we go. Okay. So these are our Dear Bop submissions. We'll take them in the order they came. Dear Bop, why does everyone love Star Trek Discovery so much? Thank you, the Multi-Gun Man. Multi-Gun Man, if that is your real name. Nobody loves Star Trek Discovery. Two people, possibly three, in the entire world love Star Trek Discovery, and those 2 or 3 people do subscribe to this channel. It's just some people, different strokes for different folks. There are people who are attracted to all kinds of weird things. I mean, not just sexual attraction, but obviously, we know people with all types of fetishes that most people, wouldn't be interested in at all. But hey, there's somebody out there. There's somebody, no matter how disgusting something is, there's somebody out there who's looking for that. And so it stands to reason that there's still people out there who find something to like about Star Trek Discovery, even by all reasonable standards. It's terrible. It's disgusting. It's. I mean, you know where I'm going here. I don't want to have to say it out loud, but it's there's something for everyone, and some people are just born that way. So there you go. Next, Dear Bop, in reference to the mysterious disappearance of the neighborhood dogs, why are Turdistanis exterminating dogs? Is it because they are evil? What can an honest Krogan such as myself do about these evil dog exterminating Turdistanis? Thank you, the Multi-Gun Man. So Multi-Gun Man, you're back. Well, yes, I know it looks like the Turdistanis are exterminating dogs because the Anti-Trigger had a dog and then he didn't have a dog on camera, and he claims the dog is just off camera downstairs. But nobody's been able to prove to me that Anti's still in the house. So it's possible. It is possible. Do I think it's likely that they exterminated Anti? I'd say probably not. I'm like at 30%, 36%. More than likely, Anti is still fine. And I suspect that Anti-Trekker is just jealous of the attention Anti was getting. And that's the true reason we don't see Anti on camera. As for widespread extermination of dogs in Turdistan, I do think that's mostly fake news. Mostly because there just aren't that many dogs in Turdistan. They like meat, and turds are well-known vegans, vegetarians, and insect eaters. So when they smell a steak and it's coming from Karoga, the dogs head here, and Kurdistan is left with herbivores, and so they might have elephants and giraffes and stuff, deers out there, but dogs, meat eaters, they come to Karoga. So don't worry about any extermination plans. It's probably fake news. Next, dear Bop, I was going to ask your advice about a problem I was having with my gardener, always using leaf blowers during my videos. But it seems you also have not solved this problem, so I'll ask another question. Well, MomOPrey did go out and solve the problem, just to be clear. You see, there is this presidential election coming up in a certain country that may or may not begin with a T. I have been asked to run for president of said nation. As the former leader, is a dirty scoundrel traitor and gives away state secrets. So my question, if the multiverse is real, and I have it on good authority that it is it cheating to go to the timeline that I will win this said election? Or should I just rely on the fact that my opposition for president is a traitor and an evil dictator from a rival nation that may or may not start with C, and believe that the polls have me set for a 96% landslide victory? Anonymously, Epic Alpaca Kangaroo. Well, I'll just call you Epic for short. Epic, there's absolutely nothing illegal. Despite what Thomas Potts might say, it is absolutely not cheating to attempt to get you to the parallel universe that has the most favorable outcomes for you. In fact, if you ever read any Douglas Adams books, Douglas Adams, I believe, being the it might be confusing Douglas Adams. If you ever read the book by the guy who wrote the Dilbert comics, I think it's Douglas Adams, or is he Hitchhiker's Guide? I'm so confused right now. But whichever guy, Scott Adams, I think, does Dilbert. If you ever read any of the books by the guy who does Dilbert, in fact, he talks about ways to find yourself into a correct parallel universe. And granted, I haven't used them in the last 20 years, but one time at a very particular dark time in life, I did. And Testing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It looks like you can hear me, but with an echo. It seems the stream crashed. Everything's fine with me. Everything's fine with me. It just seems like to be a StreamYard's issue. I'm gonna end the stream, and I'll redo the deer bops as a separate video later in the week. Sorry guys, but thank you all so much for hanging out, and I'll talk to you guys later. I don't think this StreamYard is working out so well. What? No. I know you can hear me with an echo. I had to come in as an invitation, as a guest to my own stream. Maybe let's see. Maybe if I kill the